These 7 fragrances stand out not because they're strange or loud, but because they're recognizable, intentional in a way, and wearable long term. The kind of sense that people will associate with you and not trends. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And if this is your first time finding me, my name is Gerard. Today we are talking about fragrances, more specifically the 7 fragrances that I wore every single day last week. So if that's content you want to see more of, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, all the good things. But let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into the list, starting with Sunday. So this week's theme was essentially 7 fragrances that I think stand out in the crowd and can be reworn. They're wearable. You can wear these in pretty much any situation and you're gonna be fine. So I call that signature worthy. And Sunday was no exception. The scent I decided to go with is Gisada's Ambassador Intense. I get asked quite often, do I prefer this over the original? And I would say that they're 2 very different fragrances. This has a loud but polished effect to it with sweetness, quite a bit of sweetness, but it's balanced out really well with woods and spices. This stuff projects confidence immediately. It shows its teeth, no question, but it dries down to this really clean, inviting type of fragrance that I can't seem to get enough of. I think this is a modern signature fragrance for someone who wants to be noticed. It's going to grab attention, but it doesn't smell disjointed or chaotic. It's well done in every aspect. Again, it has this uniqueness to it being a powerful signature scent. If you want to make an impression and turn heads at the same time while having a signature worthy fragrance on, this stuff is it. Gisada Ambassador Intense. I promise you nobody talks about this fragrance except me. The scent we are talking about is Zadig and Voltaire. This is really him. I absolutely love this stuff, guys. It is very unique, but one of those fragrances that once you get your nose on it, it's just addictive. This is creamy incense and woods with a smooth, cozy edge. It has a familiarity to it. So there's something here that strikes that balance between something you've smelled before, but also having a unique twist as well. This one is super wearable while still feeling like you aren't smelling like everyone else in the room. I also love its versatility in that I think this is a great transitional fragrance from super casual to evening out. It works in both. And you guys know I love versatility in fragrances. If you watched me for a while, I think it's truly the foundation of a good fragrance is being able to wear it in different situations and feeling like it's the only one you need. Zadig and Voltaire, this is really him. Guys, I literally had to look up aromatics. He pronounces these Middle Eastern fragrances like no other. And this next fragrance, I'm going to absolutely butcher. The scent we are talking about is Aribat Prestige Mad Al-Jab. Maj Al-Hab. I'm doing my best. I mean, come on. This is, you got to cut me some slack. I looked at Aromatics' short of this quickly to get a pronunciation, because there's no other person that does them as well as him. And he could have them completely wrong, but they sound right. Great atomizer, by the way. This stuff is absolutely phenomenal. And some people complain about the performance here. I have zero problem with performance. I actually think this lasts quite a while for the scent profile it is, which is this warm, slightly boozy, creamy, fruity, just very interesting fragrance start to finish. And the quality is what's exceptional here, especially for the price point. I have been truly impressed with this fragrance. I haven't really heard many people talk about it, but I guess this particular line or this house does have some hype behind it. Nonetheless, I think this is a fantastic fragrance that if you have not tried it, you definitely need to check out. It smells expensive. I think this is signature worthy if you want to stand out without being mass appealing, because I don't think it necessarily has a mass appealing quality to it. I think it's sort of niche level, in my opinion, of just how it is structured and how it changes on the skin and evolves. Absolutely love this stuff. I want to wear it more, and I think I'll do just that. Aribat Prestige Mad Al Jahab. So on Wednesday, it was New Year's Eve, and there was no other fragrance I was going to reach for. I had planned this weeks ahead. I said, that's the one I'm wearing on New Year's Eve. It's also my 10-year wedding anniversary. The scent I decided to go with is Tom Ford's Oud Wood. Understated luxury, still one of the GOATs. Amazing fragrance, and one that I have tried dupes of, or things that smell similar to this fragrance, and some have gotten really close, but there's just something about this one that it sets apart from everything else. For me, it's understated luxury, it's presence without a ton of theatrics behind it. You know, it's not in your face or cloying or, you know, just a room filler by any means, but it's so subtle in what it does, how it delivers each and every facet of the fragrance, that it's hard to beat, guys. First time I smelled this, I thought, what is the hype about? Everyone talks about this thing like it's the best thing that's ever come onto the fragrance scene. So yeah, it didn't initially live up to the hype for me, but then once I got a bottle of it and wore it more, I truly grew an appreciation for this scent, to the point that I think every fragrance enthusiast, at the bare minimum, needs to get like a 3 or 5 ml of this stuff. And I'm going to link this along with all the other fragrances I discussed today in the description down below, and just try it and live with it for a week or so. Wear it, and I promise you, you will grow to appreciate this one. It's not meant to be a room filler. It's meant to be subtle and classy, and that's exactly what this is. Tom Ford's Oud Wood. On New Year's Day, I reached for this next one that I think is one of the best in the line. The scent we are talking about is Ralph's Club Elixir. Now, I had done a short on Ralph's Club Parfum, which is one of my favorites in the line. This is my other favorite in the line. This is very different from me. Although in the deep dry down, you do get more nods to the previous 2 releases, which is the Eau de Parfum and the Parfum. But this is its standalone fragrance. This is something special. For me, this is a designer DNA that's perfected, not reinvented. It has a beautiful use of iris, or orris in this case, orris butter, whatever you want to call it. It's iris, and it's powdery, and it's floral, and for me, super masculine, very different from most designers that you're going to put your nose on. And they prominently put that iris note in front. Now, it doesn't last throughout the life of the fragrance. Subtly there later in the dry down, but again, this becomes more mass appealing, more fresh, clean, and put together as it dries down. So I love the evolution of the scent. I think it's really mass appealing. I think you're going to love this. And for what you're paying, one of the best valued fragrances that money can buy, in my opinion. It really takes chances. I love what Ralph's Club did with this. Lasts a long time. Incredible, incredible fragrance. Ralph's Club Elixir. If you guys haven't watched my last rack store pickup, you need to go check it out. This is the fragrance I found, and I could not be happier. The scent we are talking about is Lake and Sky 1111. This has almost like a meditative quality to it. It's almost like a spa. Very clean type of laundry smell. Effortless skin scent. You can layer this with things. You can wear this in any situation. You can spray heavy. Everyone that I let smell this the day that I wore it absolutely loved it. For me, where this stands out and it's unique and also signature is that it's unique and it's minimalism. It doesn't have a lot going on. It is pretty straightforward and not complex, but to me, the simplicity here speaks volumes. Less is more in a sense. I absolutely love it. And for the $50 price point, I think that's an amazing value proposition. You have a nice magnetic cap, nice heavy bottle, lasted a long time on me. I know some people are complaining about the performance on Fragrantica. Don't know where that's coming from. I think those people might be going nose blind to it because this is one of those aroma, chemical, molecule type fragrances that is going to lend itself to anosmia. You're going to maybe smell it, initial burst, whoa, this is great, and then it might taper off quickly, like within the first 10 minutes or so, but it is still there. I threw this on my clothes. I wore it on my bare chest. I could smell it on my clothes 2 or 3 days later before I threw them in the laundry. Amazing scent. I think you guys need to check it out. Now I want to smell more from the house. Lake and Sky 1111. Finally, on Saturday, I am discussing a discontinued fragrance, but that's okay because there's a really good dupe of this that I think people will love it. There's many dupes of this, so we don't even need to get into the dupes. I love this one. The scent we are talking about is YSL's La Nuit de l'Homme Bleu Electrique. And I know this one is on a lot of people's short lists. It is kind of a grail for some people. It's the only bottle that I've purchased a backup bottle of. And as you can see, I don't know if you guys can make it out on camera here, but I'm more than halfway through with this 60 ml. And I have another 60 ml back in the day. By back in the day, I mean a few years back. They were selling them at Macy's. That's the only place I ever saw them for sale. And I'm going to do a spray because I want to smell it. But I'm conserving this stuff. Amazing take on the DNA, the YSL DNA. I think it's the closest to the original DNA. Of all the flankers, it has that soapy, clean, floral, seductive cardamom vibe, but also has the added ginger. It brightens things up. It's a little bit of a spicier take on the DNA. Super clean, bright, invigorating, and more versatile than the original. I don't think this is a blue fragrance. I think the name is misleading. This is not a blue version of La Nuit de l'Homme. This is, for me, again, just a more vibrant, accessible, wearable, mass appealing version of that fragrance. But it doesn't have the blue qualities that your typical blue fragrance has. I love it. This stuff, as long as I have the means to do so, I don't know if I'd be able to go without a bottle of this in the collection. I love it. La Nuit de l'Homme Bleu Electrique. That's it, guys. All 7 fragrances that I wore every single day last week. Would love to know, as always, what your weekly rotation was. Drop it in the comment section down below. Guys, we are on the road to 27,000 subscribers, and the faster we get there, the faster I will be doing my next giveaway. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. Turn on bell notifications so you're updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video.